This week's blog post is the second in a series on Brookgreen Gardens in June 2020. I've posted on Brookgreen Gardens before. There are links in the blog post itself, but usually I crop the photos to show just the sculptures. However, one of the marvelous features of Brookgreen is that many of the sculptures have a small garden or other area that's designed specifically to set them off. So in this series of posts, using photos that I took in early June when the gardens were full of flowers, I'm trying to give a sense of those gorgeous settings. This sculpture is called Awakening. It was created in 1946 by Vincent Glinsky. I like the surfaces of this one, the way they flow into each other. This one is by Charles Parks. The title is April, and it's from 1988. Like her posture. This one is called The Spacewalker. It was sculpted by Richard McDermott Miller in 1978. Last week's post has the draped version of this called Wind and Water, which I've given you at the upper right of this video. Next up, Great Danes, created in 1934 by Anna Hyatt Huntington, who co-founded Brookgreen Gardens with her husband. This is a gate that opens onto the Magnolia Alley and was fabricated specifically for Brookgreen Gardens. This one is called The Hungry Loop. It was created in 2012 by Herb Mignery. The sculpture depicts an African-American cowboy. Hungry Loop, so the label says, is a term used to describe a rodeo roper who desperately needs to win his event. Mignery wrote, quote, "The subject is obviously well worn from his efforts. However, I have portrayed his demeanor and posture to indicate that he will eventually succeed." And the last one this week, because I thought it was appropriate for July 4th, is a sculpture by Glenna Goodacre called Pledge Allegiance, 1991. Goodacre's best-known public monument is the Vietnam Women's Memorial on the Mall in Washington, D.C. The children's faces in this sculpture remind me of a line from one of my favorite poems, Sarah Teasdale's Barter. And children's faces looking up, holding wonder like a cup. Here's two more of them, and the whole group again, including the flagpole, which is cast in bronze. For more of my posts on Brookgreen, go to the blog post on my website and click the Brookgreen Gardens tag. The official site of Brookgreen Gardens is given to you at the lower left here. DianeDurantewriter.com has hundreds of posts on sculpture, painting, Central Park, and my other obsessions. To join the free Sunday recommendations email list, visit the URL that's on the screen now, or email me. Or you can say, "Well done, Diane," or support my work, I really appreciate that, by means of the tip jar on DianeDurantewriter.com. Thanks as always for listening.